Hello there and welcome to another exciting edition of Foreign Dispatches. I'm Emana Amawe. Well, this week we're going to take you around the world once again. And as always, we have interesting stories lined up. Well, we begin in the US, where Congress made a surprising bipartisanship deal to approve a 2-year budget, inclusive of a foreign aid line item. Maria Bird, my colleague in Washington, D.C., has more on how some of the funding may be coming to Nigeria.
President Obama has some lofty goals for his last year in office in 2016. It is clear as to what will happen next for our next president.
President Obama outlined several key initiatives for 2016 regarding safety, education, and employment. These goals will be the cornerstone of executive branch program development in 2016.
Congress and I have a long runway to get some important things done on behalf of the American people. Now, there's still a lot of work to do. For example, there's still a lot more that Congress can do to promote job growth and increase wages in this country. I still want to work with Congress, both Democrats and Republicans, to reform our criminal justice system. And of course, our most important job is to keep Americans safe. I've had a lot to say about that this week, but let me reiterate. The United States continues to lead a global coalition in our mission to destroy ISIL. ISIL's already lost about 40% of the populated areas it once controlled in Iraq, and it's losing territory in Syria. As we keep up the pressure, our air campaign will continue to hit ISIL harder than ever. In short, for all the very real progress America's made over the past 7 years, we still have some unfinished business, and I plan on doing everything I can with every minute of every day that I have left as president to deliver on behalf of the American people. Since taking this office, I've never been more optimistic about a year ahead than I am right now. And in 2016, I'm going to leave it out all on the field.
President Obama has outlined his goals for 2016. We will see how they compare to his last 7 years in office. From Washington, Maria Bird, Channels Television News.
Customer satisfaction is primary to running a successful business. And in Indonesia, there is a new app that helps employers ensure that a whiff of offensive body odor from drivers does not make customers who need to get somewhere real quick and in a relaxed mood too uncomfortable while they take a ride in a taxi or motorcycle. And in Great Britain, the Flying Scotsman, the train considered by many to be the most famous in the world, is back on the tracks after 10 years of refitting.
15-year-old Zhu Jie's day begins at 7 a.m. in his dormitory. He and his roommates assemble on their school's track for routine morning exercises and drills, including standing to attention, singing and even dancing. Zhu hails from central Hunan province, is training to become a hairdresser at the Wenfeng Beauty and Hairdressing School on the outskirts of Shanghai, along with hundreds of other trainees from across the country. During his 6 months training at Wenfeng, Zhu's primary focus is to cut hair. He and his fellow classmates train to cut fake hair on mannequins' head during classes every day. Zhu said that military style of education at Wenfeng was a big help for his career.
I
have adapted well. When I was at home, without strict rules, I used to get up very late every day. But after I came here, there is a really strict atmosphere, which will be a huge help for me in the future. The Wenfeng Cosmetology Group, which was founded in 1995, aims to create a military-style, unified standard for its salons across the country. Most employees of its various salons and cosmeticians must take courses and pass examinations at the school. From the school's uniform to the slogans, students must chant. Wenfeng draws much of his style from the military. The school's president, Chen Hao, although who himself had never trained in the army, said Wenfeng's military-style culture is detrimental to students' education and the quality of the company's services.
学生啊，他必须要什么呢？要像军人一样，
Students must be like soldiers. They must have the ability to carry out orders. Their act must be unified and standardized. So from our appearance and our postures, including our parallel uniforms, they must be unified. Wang Mi, who is already an employee at a Wenfeng salon, said that she's taken courses in massage and cosmetology to improve her techniques.
I don't think this is weird because, as you can see, there's a unified standard, meaning our company has a uniform standard and procedure of doing things. Our salons across the country has the same standards. So wherever they go, when our customers see our outfits, they would know we're from Wifeng.
Military-styled culture and routines from companies across China is not an uncommon sight. Restaurants and even real estate companies are known to require employees to attend marching exercises and even partake in military-style salutes. Wenfeng Beauty and Hairdressing School was founded in 1998, its website said. It charges students from 1,000 to 38,000 yuan, depending on their major and duration of study, which can range from 1 month at the shortest to 2 years.
A new Indonesian motorcycle taxi app service is taking customer satisfaction to a new level, putting potential drivers through a body odor test to ensure riders have a pleasant journey. The service, called Bugdet, held a recruitment session for prospective drivers in Jakarta. About 750 registrants gathered in a non-air-conditioned basement parking garage to go through the registration process that included a vehicle condition check, a written test on knowledge of traffic, and the body odor test. The provider is keen to set itself apart from other online motorcycle taxi services in Indonesia with an armpit sniff test.
Terus saya bawa reksono sama bawa ini parfum. Memang badan saya emang agak bau kata istri saya. Makanya saya bawa dari rumah, Pak. Optimis lah, Pak. Saya harus.
Another applicant expressed confidence in passing the test, saying he did not have body odor.
The usual sweat smell is common, but body odor may be caused by a disease. In my opinion, I don't have that problem.
Staff members from Bugdet conducted the body odor tests on the applicants, standing close behind them, while a fan blew their scent toward the tester.
We will allow people to pass if they have the smell of sweat without the odor. But for the ones with both sweat and armpit odor, we will not give them a pass.
47-year-old Aris Wayudi, founder of Bugdet, said the body odor test is part of the company's commitment to customer satisfaction.
Firstly, it's because we also based on our survey. We do survey that most of the people, is about 99%, people feel being disturbed by the smell of the rider odor. Yeah, and then that's why we take the decision to take the odor test. It's part of for customer satisfaction.
Customers will be able to use the app to rate drivers based on their smell. Drivers who accumulate too many negative reviews will get a warning and could be suspended if they fail to scrub up. And in Britain, after a decade-long refit, one of its most iconic railway locomotives, the Flying Scotsman, successfully completed its first public test run along the East Lancashire Railway. Tina Bywater, a member of the East Lancashire Preservation Society, said that seeing the locomotive in action was a touching moment for her.
Hair on the back of my neck is standing on end at this very moment, and I think the smell of coal, oil and steam, if you could bottle that as a perfume, I'd wear it. I really would. I love it.
Report says engineers began works on the engine in 2006 as part of a £4.2 million restoration project.
It's 10 years of our life. You know, there's so much. It's immense. It's the biggest overhaul that a locomotive has. We've chopped the front end off, we've got a new boiler. So yeah, there's so much we've had to do for it.
The Flying Scotsman, the first steam locomotive to complete an authentic 100 mph run, was designed by Sir Nigel Gresley and was built by the London and North Eastern Railway at Doncaster Works in 1923 at a cost of £7,944. The National Railway Museum said the engine is expected to make its first inaugural run between London King's Cross and York in February.